I think very few people, I'm in awe sometimes, you know, and this is the most expressive I've ever seen Apurva man. You know, so I was a little shocked. I said, wow, this is fantastic. But you know, I've learned so much. You know, you don't need to say everything. So much can be done. And she's done everything so beautifully, including, this is the big number. You know, you have a lot of people that are great bosses. Of course she is. The Fortune magazines and the most powerful business women in the country. Yeah, that's nice, that's great. But you write your first book. 2,500 copies, I was told, was a bestseller. A lady or not a man? How many copies do you think it sold? Tell me, how many copies do you think it sold? 75,000 copies, ladies and gentlemen. 75,000 copies. And the mic is in disbelief. Check. So that's 75,000 copies, 21st edition. So I'd say not only she is a leader par excellence, but a writer as well. And that's why we're here to celebrate Lady or the Boss, because she is our boss. I love the fact that she's my boss. But before that, the publishers, Westland, Karthika, I'd like to call you on stage, please. And of course, we'd like to have a few words. And I'm going to give you this mic only, yeah. A big round of applause for her. She's flown all the way down from Delhi and rushed straight in here, the third person who entered here. So here.
Not come, right? Because Apurva is special. There's no doubt about that. You know, when you watch that AV, you know exactly why this book works. Because that's exactly the tone of the book. It's telling you stuff that you sort of know at the back of your head. But I have two boys. I know I've woken up with guilt enough times. And being boss, when you're feeling guilty about your children back home, is complicated. It's like saying, on the one hand, you're supposed to be in control and authoritative and do the things that you're supposed to do, and then you go back home and something happens, you just sort of switch off and a different person emerges who screams and shouts and does all the wrong things, because there you can be out of control.
And ancestors began a pattern of behavior that seems to be continuing to this day in workplaces across the world. In those days, men had to go out to hunt while women stayed in their caves to care for the children and the elderly, and thus each behaved in a way that aided them best in their respective roles. The men donned masks and body paint, puffed up their chests, yelled battle cries, and made themselves larger than life to intimidate their prey. The women, sharing a small living space with so many others, shrank themselves as much as they could to cooperate with each other and to avoid communal strife. Thousands of years of evolution later, many things have changed. For example, men and women alike leave their homes to earn a living, but some things have not. The brunt of the care for children and the elderly is still shouldered by women. But the most puzzling and changed status quo is that men still don their metaphorical war paint and puff up their chests with aplomb while women continue to shrink themselves to take up a little space as possible, despite the fact that they are going hunting too. A male sales head will confidently proclaim that he has achieved his target, even if the reality is that he has barely scrambled past the 80% goal post. A company of 500 employees become 1,000 and a 2 crore salary becomes 4 when the story is being told by a lad. A fellow just about competent to be a marketing head will declare himself entirely ready to be a CEO. And I'm yet to come across the CV of any Indian male in which he hasn't asserted that he was the captain of his university cricket team and always was a topper to boot. All is bluff and bluster and par for the course in the day of a macho corporate Zorro. I have learned to moderate any grandiloquent statements the gentlemen around me make. What worries me, however, is that women too have not evolved.
With you, I hope this book and the points I'm leaving behind with you allow you to reflect on how it will help you maximize your real potential in its highest and truest form and give you all that your heart desires, in whichever form or shape you have chosen to bring these yearnings to a life. From one sister to another, may the force be with you.
Lovely, man. I'm going to bring you back down. And if you could just, we've got a little poem that we want to show you. A lovely one that was said a while back by Divya, but this one's really nicely done. And you have a few participants also in the audience that are there part of this. Keep a look around, you might just see a few of them. So let's dim the lights and I want to show you that.
On this special day that all my friends, colleagues, family is here to share this moment. So thank you so much. Thank you for the wonderful team of Harsha, Priyanka, Megha, who's the writer and director of that poem that you just saw, and all of you here. Thank you so much. The bar is open. The only way this works, however, is that you buy the book, then you go and show it at the bar, and then you get a drink. Thank you so much.
Ma'am, do stay on stage. We got a little photo op that we want to do. Harsha sir, I'd like to call you back on stage. And this is when we do an actual photo op with the book as well. Rasika Duggal is with us as well. I'd like to call her on stage. And Kiran Mandral, a very, very well-known author, I'd like to call her on stage. And anybody else, ma'am, if you'd like to call on stage.
I've got so many friends here,
Yes.
I don't know whom to call, but...
Right now, we'll stick to these podiums. Yeah, I'm going to
Yeah.
give you these books if you could hold it. Yeah, there you go. Wonderful. And yes, the bar, you can open. Yeah, on the side at the back. The
Where is
photo-
Kiran?
Kiran? Yeah, there we go. Let me give it, yeah. There you go.
साले तुम भी आ जाओ।
No, no, ma'am.
अच्छा, वैसा कुछ नहीं है।
Illustrious
तुम भी
company on stage,
select-
and I'm going to stay aside. Right. Nice big smile, everyone. And hoping that we all looked at the same camera at the same time. Wonderful. Thank you so much. And you guys do enjoy the evening. The bar is open. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much.